Hey y'all.
Hey.
And we're back.
We said we would be.
We told y'all we were coming back. And this video is the do's and don'ts for Christmas.
Y'all, we do so much. We are extra.
Extra.
At Christmas time.
It's ridiculous.
We are extra. I've never been that extra person. I love to give. And everything.
It starts, the foolishness starts the day after Thanksgiving.
Shoot, Halloween.
But the foolishness starts the day after Thanksgiving when people go out on Black Friday and try to spend up all the money that they make on all of these great deals and have the worst attitudes about it. Yesterday, you just gave thanks for all the many blessings you have. Now you out here.
Yesterday, at 5 o'clock, that same day when these stores start to open now.
True. And then now today, you out here cursing out somebody because they stepped in front of you in line or they took your parking space. People shooting people behind tennis shoes. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And I just can't imagine being that person who is so cavalier about someone else's life that I would shoot you to take your shoes.
Yeah, there's no respect of person.
To me, it's just horrible, the moral fabric that some people have.
So yeah, I would really love to start off this video just by saying for me and my belief in Christmas, not getting
dogmatic
and biblical and everything like that, and saying what Christmas is and what it's not and everything. But the reason for the season or for Christmas for me is family and love. Yes, I believe we celebrate Jesus' birthday also, but it's family and love, and that's something that we need to cherish and we need to do more of, getting together and everything. We don't do it as much anymore since my grandmother passed away on my mom's side, but still, it should still be a time of togetherness, family, and love. Gifts, lying to kids and talking about what we're gonna get into, but all that stuff is circumvented in second. Everything should be about positivity, love. I love lights. I love the smell of Christmas. I love the togetherness of Christmas. I love the togetherness that Christmas brings. And if we not getting, because we have put so much focus on gifts and everything, that if we don't get something we want or get something at all, then we feel down because we haven't received anything. And it's bad because that should never be our focus.
Right. So the first don't that we have is please stop putting so much emphasis on Santa Claus.
Y'all,
there is no Santa Claus.
There is no Santa Claus.
And I hear people saying that you're taking all the magic out of Christmas. And I don't think that, I've never personally, because when I found out it wasn't a Santa Claus, I felt betrayed. I felt lied to. I was upset. I was 4 years old and mad. Okay. And I never wanted my children to feel the way I felt behind Santa Claus. So I don't think that they missed out on any magic of Christmas because I didn't tell them that some fake man brought them gifts, because I didn't lie to them and tell them a fake man bought them gifts. They know that on Christmas we give gifts to each other, and I bought their gifts that they got. What's the issue? I got a Christmas tree. We put up a Christmas tree. We decorated the Christmas tree, and on Christmas morning we open up our gifts. Thank you, Mama, for my gifts. We ain't never wrote no letters to Santa. I think it's just
are making a child feel like they have to be a certain way because they don't want this man to not bring them something.
Yeah,
that's craziness to me. Like, why would you even? For one thing, if you don't want your child to lie to you, why you lying to your children?
And I've never used someone else to discipline my child. I've never told my child, I'm gonna call you daddy. I never told my child, you're not getting up for Christmas if, no, that's not true.
Santa not going to bring you nothing.
Santa Claus not going to bring you nothing because you've been a bad boy. I've never said anything like that. All of the things that I've said and done to my children for discipline is me. I did it. I'm the one who does everything for you. So I'm the one that's going to discipline you too.
Right, and it's not gonna be because Santa Claus gonna say you've been naughty or nice. Shoot, I could tell you that.
It's so many kids out here who have been and done and said and all kind of stuff that they had absolutely no business been doing and seeing and saying and all kind of stuff, and they still got Christmas gifts.
They still got Christmas gifts.
So,
again, that's something else. Like, that's something that is that another list or whatever?
It's on the list of children who just
Reward.
give their parents day behind the kiss, and you still reward them with all this great
kind of stuff. Like, no,
Nintendo's.
What's
the new thing? Nintendo Sketch.
I don't know.
Or Jordans, or new iPhones, or Hydro Flask, or whatever.
Whatever it is, we have raised some very disrespectful,
ungrateful.
They think they're just supposed to have everything now.
They're ungrateful and they're entitled. There's
they
a
feel
nation
so
of entitled children because we just give and give and give and give and give, and we don't discipline.
And we don't teach them what the real meaning of Christmas is. And so by teaching them the gifts, they don't get. If something happened to you and you're not able to give them Christmas gifts that next Christmas, now they feel all desolate and everything because they didn't get anything because we are teaching them the wrong reason.
I read post after post after post of people who saying they can't get their kids Christmas gifts. They can't get their kids Christmas gifts. And I've been there. I remember a Christmas where I think my children got gifts from her. And that was it. Because I had no money to buy Christmas gifts. And do you think they felt any type of way about it? No, because I never made the focus of Christmas gifts. They like getting gifts, yeah.
Of course.
But when they don't get it, it's not a big deal. The last couple of years for Christmas, I didn't buy them gifts at all because I said like it's too commercialized and I wasn't spending any money on Christmas. So I know last year and the year before that, I didn't buy any gifts. They ended up getting stuff, but it wasn't because I went out and bought it for Christmas.
Yeah. There should never be a time where a child feel desolate or whatever, left out because of what you're not able to do. We doing way too much. We are going broke, people. We aren't paying light bill, rent, whatever, just to buy gifts, and that's a no.
That's crazy.
That's stupid.
That's crazy. Well, enough about Santa Claus. Okay, she and I both feel that lying to your child is unnecessary.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. I'm proof that you don't have to. I'm proof that you don't have to.
I would say stop it, y'all. Even though I do want to see more black Santas out there, y'all, because I don't know where a white Santa gonna come in. If it was a Santa, gonna come into some of these neighborhoods.
Black household. Okay.
So shoot, y'all, it's so commercialized.
And these dysfunctional family gatherings. Let me tell you something. If you need to save your sanity, stay home.
Stay home.
You do not have to go and be put through all of the stuff that your family and friends and a lot of mothers put their children through at Christmas time. If you don't want to be around them, stay home. Save your sanity.
Yeah.
Put yourself, be your own priority.
You are not. Let me tell you something. I am single. I am 43, and it is okay. I've never heard a clock ticking. I don't want to have no kids. I am good how I am.
And you know what? How you are is fine.
It's how you are.
It's how you are is fine.
But don't think that you gotta have somebody to take to your family so you think you can say, oh, she ain't single, or he ain't single this year.
Yeah.
No, you are good. You are where God's supposed to, where you're supposed to be, where God wants you to be. If it's your season for singleness, and it's your it's your season. It's just your season. That's what it is. Okay. I get that all the time. Why are you single? It's my season.
I'm supposed to be single
I'm supposed to be single right now. When that's supposed to change, it will. Until then, I'm single.
But there are so many people throughout Christmas and holidays that are putting up with family members for the sake of family. I don't want my children not to grow up knowing who their grandparents are. Their grandparents are making their lives miserable. I had one lady who said that, and and she said every time she went around her grandmother denigrated her and lifted up her sister. And it went on for years that her grandmother just had everything negative to say about her. Her grandma didn't buy her stuff for Christmas and would say, oh, I'm going to give it to you later. Her grandmother never celebrated her birthday. Her grandmother didn't do anything for her. And it took until she was like 14 or 15 for her parents to say, hey, you don't have to go around your grandmother. You don't have to be subjected to that type of environment anymore. When I had a person in my life who would do that to my child, not on purpose. She just liked one of them more than the other one, and she would call my baby that other one. Please don't do that. If you don't like both of my kids, then leave both of them alone. But please don't call my baby that other one. And my cousin said, well, I don't correct her. You don't have to correct her. But anybody who's going to make a difference in my children, I'm going to correct you. I'm not going to allow that. Even from my loved ones who I love, I'm not going to allow you.
And you can respectfully do it.
Yeah, you don't have to be ugly, but you can. And I wasn't ugly. But I let her know that I didn't appreciate that and I didn't like it at all. Don't call my baby that other one.
Right. Yeah. Y'all don't. Love your family, but you can love them from afar. Love yourself.
And you let and that's the way we teach people how to treat us. Because a lot of stuff we get treated a lot of ways because we allow it.
But that's and don't get us wrong either. We're not saying don't go around your family. Go around your family because you know what, family that you can't get once they're gone, they're gone.
But you gotta know when to
family.
Leave too.
But you have to know when not to hurt. And not subject yourself to hurt.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
So if it's that type of family that you know, as soon as you get there, they're gonna start throwing jabs at you and saying, "Ooh, you done gained so much weight," or you still taking drugs, or whatever they're gonna say to you, and you know you out of that life and you doing better for yourself, and you don't need to be subjected to those same types of things. Then don't go around that family. Don't go around that family, but create in your life your own family and people that pour into you the same way that you pour into them.
Some of my best family members are people who are friends.
Yes, people who we've created our own type of family, and that's who we spend our holidays with. Our family, who we love and who love us, and who we know is going to be there, who have our back, who's proven to have been there and have had our back when you call your family and they didn't come. But you call this person and they were there. So those are the people who you need to keep in your life, and you need to water those plants. And the other plants, they can dry and die.
Dry and die?
Dry and die.
Yeah, that was very cutthroat.
Dry up and die.
Next one.
Taking Christ out of Christmas.
Y'all don't ask me. Don't ask me because I'm gonna write you back Christmas. Don't take Christ out of Christmas. That's so. We are such a lazy. We don't want to put nothing on the stove and let it heat up. We got to put it in the microwave. Everything has to be microwavable. You know,
everything ain't easy.
We got to shorten everything.
Sometimes you just need to type it out. Sometimes you just
need
to write it out.
It's
not making your life any worse.
Just that simple, y'all. Don't X out Christ.
Yeah.
Don't X out Christ.
And remember your loved ones who have passed on, and remember your friends and family who have had loved ones who've passed on and who are spending these holidays without them.
Or the first time.
For the first time without them. Or especially if they're alone. Like your grandmother lost her husband and she's by herself. Remember her. Take some time out, with her, or your auntie or your uncle. Take some time out with them to spend that time with them and remind them that they're still living and the living must go on. The living must live.
Yeah. The living must live. The dead has lived their life. So we have to keep on living. Believe me, our loved ones that have passed on will want us to live our life.
Yeah. They don't want us to be sitting around moping and sad that they're gone. They know we love them.
We're gonna grieve. Yeah. But live on.
But also remember those who are grieving.
And remember the ones that are grieving.
And be a comfort to them.
Especially if they had somebody who passed away recently.
Yeah.
Because the holidays can be very hard on them. and at that time, because you miss your loved one who was there, who was usually there, and they're not there anymore. So,
and never expect somebody to grieve on your timeline. So don't put what you feel like they should have gotten over, whatever. People grieve at their own pace, and they grieve how they grieve. So let them do it. Don't put your timeline on their grief.
And it's hard to do because I do it, but yeah,
it's not hard to do. It's not hard to do at all.
For
you just have to remind yourself that it ain't about you, it's about them right now. And if they're still grieving, they're still grieving. So this one is a jovial, this one is funny, but don't break up with your boyfriend because you don't want to buy him a Christmas gift.
Or your girlfriend. Or don't say don't meet somebody good who could be good in your life and say you're not gonna talk to them till the doggone 26.
No, people be talking about I can't talk to them till February.
Until
after February.
Look, they don't even want to talk to you after Valentine's Day.
They want to wait till after Valentine's Day. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, there's no obligation to buy anybody anything. And so you can have a relationship. You can get to know the person. You can do that without having to feel obligated and buying something for someone.
But treat others the way you want to be treated.
Right. And if you want to get something for somebody, then you get it. Shoot, I like gifts.
And the last thing that we want to tell you to do during these Christmas season, during this holiday season, whatever you celebrate, is be a blessing in somebody's life. Do a good deed. Sow a seed. Because when you sow a seed, you reap a harvest. So you want to just bless those you love. Bless the people that you meet. It can be something small. The other day, my sister and I were walking somewhere, and this lady said, "Merry Christmas." And that just, the way she said it and the smile on her face, it blessed me. So it doesn't have to be anything that's great, anything that's all planned, thoughtful and planned out. It can be simple as giving your smile away because somebody else don't have one.
Look, the biggest thing I ever learned, one of the biggest things I ever learned was when we was doing that book, Calling in the One. And I had to go, and I didn't have a car at the time, so I was on MARTA. And I had to go all day long and smile at everybody. And so to me, that was one of the worst days, but one of the best lessons because everybody thought I wanted them because I was just smiling. And I didn't. But I saw how inviting a smile can be to someone. And so,
and you never know what your smile can do for somebody else, or what your simple compliment can do for somebody else. Because I remember one day I was in a really bad mood. I was feeling low, but I had got up and I had gotten dressed and I went to the library. And when I was walking up the stairs, and this man said, "Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful smile you have." And right after him, a lady came up and said, "I love your scarf." And those two compliments from people who I'd never met before and will probably never see again just turned my whole day around. They made me feel so good about just being here, being on earth, and being the woman that I am. And it was just a simple way for someone else to bless someone else and to make them feel better. And that's what those two did for me. So whenever I see someone and I like something, or I think they have a pretty smile, I'll give them a compliment too.
Give them a compliment.
Because
small compliments mean a lot.
Yeah, especially when they're sincere. When you're giving someone a sincere compliment.
People know when you're being sincere.
Yes, and when they're from the heart. Yeah. When they're from the heart and they're unsolicited. Does this make my butt look big? No, it's not something that somebody go around asking you, but it's something that you're giving away unsolicited, and you mean it.
Right.
So we want you all to go out and live your best lives.
That's not the last one, was it?
That was the last one I said.
Oh, okay. Let me say this real quick though. Let me say this real quick and speak about gifts and giving gifts and receiving gifts. And this is something that I got from church today. And her thing was you are the gift. And she spoke about the different gifts, the different types of gifts that we can get. And I'm not gonna get all into that, but there are different types of gifts that we get, gifts that we want, don't want, whatever. However you wanna, but you are the gift. And so sometimes you just gotta gift yourself. Sometimes we get what we call re-gifts. So sometimes you gotta re-gift yourself. You gotta re-gift yourself sanity. Re-gift yourself some peace. Re-gift yourself some love. Re-gift yourself some, self-love, joy. Give into your spirit this season, and
pour into yourself.
So that you're not struggling because somebody else ain't give you something. You give it to yourself.
Do it for yourself.
Do it for yourself. So you are the gift.
You are the gift.
I am the gift.
Put a bow on me.
Put a big bow on me. A big bow on me.
Gold bow.
We love you guys.
We love you so much. Thank you so much
Merry
for coming
Christmas.
back and spending time with the Irish twins. You do not know how much we greatly appreciated each and every one of you for spending time with us. So please, if you care to, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and share it so all of your friends can see the Irish twins because you know they want it.
so you got. We used to say something like believe in yourself, because if you don't, then nobody. We don't know.
We can't even remember. But anyway, believe in yourself and let the fairies
have a Merry Christmas. If we don't make another video before
January 1st,
we're going into a new year,
a new decade,
Y'all, we're going to go in with flying colors. Whatever God has for us, it's going to be for us. But we're going to take it and we're going to run with it. And we're going to do well by what we have.
Yes. So, God bless you guys.
God bless you.